Right. So last week I spoke about the volatility 75. Last week, but the previous week, we actually managed to catch these buys. We caught these buys from the bottom there. The signal was given, and also we managed to hold this trade for I think it was 5 days. Was it 5 days? I think it was actually 5 days of holding. Just from here to where it actually began to fall down. So going down to the daily, coming down to the daily, we realize that it's actually stuck in a form of consolidation. The reason why it fell from that region was because that region, it seems like it was still stuck in a daily consolidation. And after every daily consolidation, the market, after that, it can break out. After breaking out, you can always give the pullback before every continuation. So here, this was the lookout here on the daily. On the daily, this was the lookout on the daily. Right, we had this, we spoke about this, we spoke about this, we spoke about this new high, right, which is our final target from the bottom here. Once we take our buys from the bottom here, this is our major target that we're going to be targeting. So here, this was the consolidation. Consolidation is simply maintaining the same highs, same lows, same low, same high, same low, same high, up until we broke the consolidation, which was here. After the breakout, we expect a pullback, then continuation. So the pullback now, on the 4 hour, or on the, if you go down now to, let's say 8 hours or 4 hours, you realize that somewhere around this region, there's a supply zone there. Here, the reason why they closed inside this resistance is to trap retail traders and also to tap into that supply zone. Once it taps into that supply, you'll see it coming back down, retesting there, then falling all the way into our region where we're expecting to take swing buys there as well. So this is what I'm currently looking out for on volatility 75. It's still going to go down. It's still coming down. It's still coming down. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. This is what has happened here. It's simply a break of structure here, break of structure. After that break of structure, why am I expecting the pullback here and not all the way there? This supply here was retested. This other supply was retested. No need for it to come all the way to the top there. So the only supply that was not retested is this one where the market is currently. So the opportunity right now is actually a beautiful selling opportunity on volatility 75. Combining it with our Fibonacci, you can actually look from point A to point B there. We are almost at 50%, 61.8 region there, which is a beautiful entry zone for sales. So how can one enter sales there? You can enter sales there. On lower time frames, you enter sales. Once you enter there, your stop loss is just above here. Then the other sales, you enter them once we come back down and retest this resistance again here. You can also enter sales here again. So here and here, these are the two entry selling entry points. Then here, it's our major buying entry point there. So for this particular new week, it's actually a very beautiful week, especially on volatility 75, since the structure is so clear, the structure and everything is so clear. So going down to 4 hours, I may just go there just to 4 hours, 1 hour, 30 minutes. What we're not just doing this just to get extra confluence or just refine the zone, a refined zone for the what do you call this, for the supply, right? So here, if we refine this supply, it would be this region here. If you want to refine this supply based on what do you call this, based on 4 hour, it will be this. It would be this supply here. So this is the supply according to 4 hour, right? This is the supply. So once it's reached like this, we have so here, this is a break of structure, pull back, then we expect the continuation to the downside. Right, then let's look to the upside if ever there's any other thing that we might also want to look at. Right, there's also this region that I'm looking at now on the 4-hour. Let me see, was this tested? Was this? Because if not, it can actually push even all the way into this extreme supply zone before a continuation down. This supply, let me just zoom out. Right, so here, this is the supply that we also have. So we have two supplies. With this supply and this one on the 4 hours, you can see. So what we now want now is simply to see which of these is the market going to respect. Is it this one or this one? This one is a high probability entry point because you know that the market would have liquidated out and taken out a lot of stop losses, and it will be a high probability entry point from that region there, around 78.68 there. Your stop loss just above 88%, like that. Target all the way to the zone, which is here, which is almost approximately it's 1:13 risk compared to reward, which is a good risk compared to reward. Actually, a good risk compared to reward. So this and this, these are the two zones that we are looking at, especially this one. Especially this one, the reason being there is a lot of liquidity that is still here that can be taken out. You can come take out this and drop all the way like that. So this is a high probability entry zone that you can actually wait for major sales before we take major buys. So on volatility 75, this is the analysis. Nothing much to talk about here. All you just need to do is to wait for the market to approach the zone that we are waiting for. Then after it approaches the zone, you wait for obviously all those other extra confluences, 15-minute, 30-minute, then you enter your trade. Then let me quickly go to Boom 500. Let's see what's going on Boom 500. Boom 500, we also spoke about it last week, but we are currently in a bullish order flow, simply waiting for a certain major supply to be tapped in. Once that major supply is tapped in, we start to look for major selling opportunities, especially here in this extreme supply here. That's where we're expecting the market to push all the way to the downside. Our first target is this higher low. Other target is this, up until we reach our ultimate target, which is that this major swing previous lower low there. Right, so this is our major selling zone. Here in between here, we don't expect to be selling. All we can be doing in between here is to identify buying opportunities up until we reach this region. This is the only zone that we'll be expecting to sell. So even if we go down to 4 hour, we're simply going down there to identify those buying opportunities that might be there to push price into that major region that we are looking at. For example, in this case, you can actually see that on 4 hour, we had this clean breakout structure to the upside. This is bullish order flow, as you can see. How do you know that we are in a bullish order flow? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So it's still a bullish order flow. We don't expect anyone to be selling anything as of now. If we're going to be taking any sales, those are just short-term sales, but the order flow is still to the upside, which means the momentum is still to the upside. So right now, after this breakout structure, all we now need now is to see which region the market is going to pull back onto before it proceeds all the way to the upside. Because right now the narrative or the objective is to push into this region before we go down. So let's just refine that supply on 4 hour. Let's see if we can refine it so that it's not as big as that. If we refine this, that one is an order block there. I think it's the same region with the, yeah, I think we can refine it like this. It's also fine like that. Right, so So let's see if ever we can actually look for another zone. Yeah, I think that one is okay. I think that one is okay. I think this one is okay. This order block here, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Let's also mark this level here. Just in case it taps there, this level here as well. But obviously I'm expecting this one. But that one can also be your first target, then that one made a second target of the buying opportunities that you could have gotten, since we're currently in bullish order flow there. So going down to 1 hour, we simply want to identify a proper entry point for the buys. Break of structure. You can see we have a very beautiful demand, and just above it we have a lot of liquidity that is there, which is a good high probability entry point for our buys there. That's a high probability entry point for the buys. Meaning we can actually take our buys just on that demand zone that you can see on 1 hour. No need for me to go down to 30 minutes, 15 minutes. All you can do going down there is to identify, once you get your 30-minute or 15-minute rejection here, you can simply start entering because of that. But this is the zone. This is the entry point, the stop loss below the zone. So it's almost like a 1s to 12 risk compared to reward. If ever you push it all the way up there, I think it will be more than that, which is 1s to 15, which is a proper. So these are the main trades that we are looking at. That VIX75 sell, the boom 500 buy, and this one I think we will actually give a pending order signal in the group, so that you actually can put a pending order there. Buy is a buy limit. Your stop loss below the zone there like this. So this is the trade that we are looking forward to on boom 500. Let's look at the last pair, which is crash 500. Crash 500. Let's look at any information, any details that we might want to see on crash 500. We didn't get a chance to really analyze crash 500 last week, but let's just see if ever we can get anything out of it. If ever we can see any structures, any analysis or setups out of it. Let's see. Right, so this is the 4 hour time frame. Let's see, let me remove this. 4 hour time frame. What is happening? What is happening? Right, this is what is happening. Crash 500 is currently, it's looking like it's going back all the way up there to retest this zone before going all the way down, because that is now our new major lower high there. If you look at structure, zoom out. Once you zoom out like this, you realize this lower high, lower low, lower low. This is our lower high. Our lower high because it managed to establish that change of character there. Right. So now, once you now have a lower high, market must here this internal change of character never gave a pull back into this region. So here you can actually come take out all this liquidity, then come all the way down to this final target, which is our major lower low, which is our final target for the sales that we take above there. So right now, meanwhile, it can give someone maybe counter trade. I can say it's a counter trade to the upside. The upside is it will be going back into this region before it's going to give you sales. So there, that region there, it's a major selling opportunity there, which is the previous major lower high. Major lower high there. It's actually a high probability entry zone way there, the top there. So there, you can actually put a very strong pending order there, which might not be hit anytime soon, but Anytime during the week or even before the end of the week, market might have reached there. So this is one of the major trades that we're also waiting for on Crash 500. Then if ever you want to enter counter trades, you need to have solid confirmations, especially internal change of character to the upside. Because remember, when order flow is now like bearish like this, after the establishing this, you now know that this push to the downside, it was following the same order flow. So here, if it establishes a change of character here, let's say here, internal change of character here, it means according to that, we now have a high there, lower low. Then if it comes there, it's the same high or lower high, lower low, lower high, something like this. Something like this. This is the structure that I'm now expecting. Push, pull back, push, pull back, something like that. Something of that nature is what we're now looking forward to. So if ever you want to enter that counter move to the upside, you need to have solid confluences, solid confluences to the upside, solid confluences to the upside, especially here, which is your internal change of character. Once you have that internal change of character, then you can actually now take those counter trade buys to the upside. So this is what we're looking at, looking forward to the market to pull back all the way into that region there. Coming back all the way there, it will be taking out a lot of liquidity, which is fuel that it actually requires in order for it to move where they want to move price. You can actually draw something like this, something like this. You can actually see that this is a major downward channel, all right? Major downward channel, meaning this buys to the upside. You can target this as your first target. It breaks there, second target, third target there. So this is the structure, external structure, this one, internal structure. You can find something like this. You can find either something like this, or you can draw something like this. Something like this is this one is okay like this, right? So looking at internal structure now, where is internal structure? Where is internal structure? Looking at internal structure, you see that here, this was a very high probability entry point or a risky entry point actually that you would have taken, combining the confluence of the demand and also the reason that it failed to break this law. Failed to break that law first time. Second time, you got this rejection there. After that rejection, the market came back and tapped back into this demand zone there. So here, you would have actually started buying crash 500 there. Right now, you are still holding, because what are you expecting? We are looking forward to an internal change of character here. Here, this high that broke this low, which is this one. This is where the change of character must happen here, right? So there, once it happens, you know that we're now going up. Unless it plays around up until we have that change of character. That's the only sign that you know that we're now going up. So here we can have something like this pullback. Once it's a change of character, it can give a pullback. Then we're now going up higher and higher and higher up until we get into that region. So if ever you are trading a small account, especially small accounts, you can either, if ever you're not in already on this region, you now have to wait now for especially this change of character there. Get a pullback, you continue and ride all the way to the upside. So crash 500, this is the lookout. This is the current structure. That's the lookout. So those are the expectations. Those are the setups that we are currently having for crash 500, boom 500, and volatility 75. Anyone with a question? Based on what we just spoke?
No, Michael.
Right, wonderful. So it's always wise now to pick the high probability setups. For example, this boom 500 buy, it's a high probability setup more than even the crash 500 buy, because the crash 500 is a counter trade. The boom 500 buy it's actually following the current order flow. So this one is following the order flow. Crash 500 is opposing the order flow. So having to pick, you can actually choose to trade this one, which is following the current momentum or the current order flow. You can actually take that buy there and hold it all the way to the upside. Same as the VIX, it's also following order flow. This one, it's following that bearish order flow to the downside. It's also a sell that. So those two are high probability trades compared to the crash. Comparing the crash trade to the other trades, you can actually see that the crash, the VIX 75 sell and the boom 500 sell. Those are the high probability entries that we are looking forward to right now. So here, just in case it doesn't come there, you can also find your entry here on this zone. I think it's also around 61.8 Fibonacci there. Let's put on Fibonacci. Yeah, it's just in between 50% and 60%, 50% and 61.8, which is also okay. So there your trades there, your entry there, your stop loss just above there. Above here or just above here. Then hold all the way to the region here. So these are the setup that we're looking forward to. 675 sell, 1500 buy, and crash 500 buy. I hope it's clear. Is it clear?
So far, so good.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I hope you make money, especially with this one. This one coming up here. This is a high probability entry that I'm expecting everyone to take this beautiful buy here for boom 500. So these other ones, the US30, the what we analyzed them in our previous session. Here we say we're expecting a drop, a reversal. This week we're expecting a reversal on US30, reversal to the downside before a continuation up. We analyzed that. And also GBP USD, I think we also analyzed this, that we actually, this is bullish order flow. As you can see, higher high, higher low, higher high there. So it can either come here straight before a reversal up or something like that. So this is what we're looking forward to. It can come straight away into this demand here. Then once it comes, there's actually a buying opportunity that one can take to the upside. It can come, reaches to this level. If it fails to break here, it can actually drop all the way down. But if it breaks all the way to the upside, it's just going to continue following that bullish order flow up until we go higher and higher and higher and higher. So those are the setups that we're currently looking forward to this week on our pairs. Those are the setups that we're currently looking at on our pairs.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So far, so good.